Sony is making the best general mics for content creators these days, and this will be one that I will also be buying. As a note, Sony sends us these things, but we have to send them back, and then we have to wait to buy them after we've seen how good they are. Before the multi-shoe mics, I was into the Rode video mic series. They're still nice, but they have this silly cable. A small cable like that is the piece that is the most likely to fail or just be annoying, and you gotta move the silly flaps on the side to plug them in. Multi-shoe is easy, it's simple, and this is the best one that Sony has made for what I do. The Sony ECM-M1 is versatile and gives me control over audio environments that I might not have control over. There is a noise cut filter, a low cut filter, and this fancy windscreen that I leave on all the time. That's it there.
What's it look like naked?
That's what it looks like naked. Now, let's go through all the settings on the back. So right now, I'm using the pattern that's gonna pick me up the best directly in front of the microphone, and we're not using noise cut. So as you can hear, it's a hot day and we got some air conditioners running. Now I'm going to move. Now, I've moved it into noise cut, or noise canceling, whatever it is, and this is what it sounds like. Now another test with it off. This is what it is. Now on. What a day. Let's cycle around the other options. So now I have the smallest pizza pie pointed at me, which is only going to basically include me right here. And if I were to talk behind the microphone, as you can hear, kind of goes away. I also have it set to auto, so it will bring up the gain, but you can probably hear that my voice is a lot more bassy and it's definitely trying to cancel me out whenever I am behind the camera. Now I'm going to move into the full circle mode where you can talk anywhere around the camera and it kind of all sounds exactly the same. So this would be helpful if you're in a scene and you're doing a voiceover and you're talking maybe to somebody else that is also in the scene, or maybe there's multiple people, that if you just want a general mic that's just gonna pick up everything, or you want that ambient nat sound, this is maybe the mode to go for. Next mode up is the mode that records basically what the front one was doing, which was only recording me in front of the camera. This one is only recording me behind the camera. So if I was to rotate the microphone like this, all of a sudden it's canceling out what I'm trying to say to it out there, and it is recording me clearly from behind. Now here's a fun one. This didn't used to exist. This is a mode where my voice will be recorded if I'm behind the mic or in front of the mic. So if you're doing an interview, like, I'm not gonna put Tim on the screen here because I have a 7200.
Hello.
He's very close, but
Hi, Taylor.
If we're gonna have a conversation.
Let's do a podcast.
All right, welcome to the podcast.
In front and behind the mic.
In front and behind the mic, and this is us talking about it. So as you can hear, on the front, recording Tim.
Hello, hello, hello. This is my voice.
And this is my voice, but if we were to turn sideways and talk at the side of the microphone, all of a sudden,
Doesn't sound as great, I don't
wants
think.
to cancel that noise coming out from over that direction. And as a bonus feature, so not only can you do that, but you can now also record it to left and right channels, which means if I'm talking from behind the mic and Tim is talking from in front of the mic,
Hello, hello. This is the sound of my voice.
we are on different channels. So I am on either the left or the right channel, and Tim is on
Left
the
or
other
right.
one. So
Left or right.
that means that you can increase gain. So if you're talking to somebody who's a little bit quieter, or maybe they're further away from the camera, you're able to increase the gain just on their channel in post-production, or cancel yours out entirely if you're doing an interview and you don't want to hear anything from behind the camera. And then lastly, we have stereo mode, which means it's going to be recording. If you are wearing headphones right now, you'll hear that if I am on the left side, I'm coming through that side. If I'm on the right side, I'm coming through that side. And same deal as I circle around the microphone, my voice changes in space and audio. So if you're interested maybe in making fully immersive, natural sounding environments, that might be one to go for. There's also an auto and a manual slider on the back if you want to do automatic settings, which is what we've been doing. I find that Sony does very good for auto leveling as well as the preamp. It seems to put the audio exactly where I would want it to be. But if you're in a situation that requires manual controls, you can do that with the wheel on the back. You have a dial that goes between 0 and 10, depending on how loud the environment is or what you want to be picking up. It also doesn't need batteries. This is nice, right? That it just goes on your hot shoe. There's no cord. It does more than every other mic that I own, and it just works. That's it. That's the mic. I am very, very happy with it, and I have to send this specific unit back to Sony, but I will be buying one as soon as it's available, my own money. And thanks for watching. If you're a wedding photographer, head down below. There is a link to my shot list for wedding days, as well as a small preset pack and my email templates. If you want to run a wedding photography business, head on over there. See you next time.